Hello everyone and welcome to the Benefactor at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your DM for tonight, as we join Kate, Felicia, Nick, Corinne and Rodrigo with their adventures in Illaria. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder by using your channel points in the game. Check out the options in the chat bar below. You can also join the chaos by... Yep, I did do it. I did fuck it up, Kate. See, you should have got me with the first one. You can join us on the Discord. There's a link below. You can help us out by becoming a subscriber. Only the best people do, which is why Felicia and Corinne just did it. Probably because I said only the best people did it. Anyway, I burnt my face. It's 2021. Let's play episode 99 of the Benefactor. And welcome back. Damn it, Kate! I got that nailed the first time round. If you want to see it, it's on Kate's channel. To
anyone who wonders why we were so late, it wasn't just because we were late, because we usually are. It was the fact that we started on my own channel instead of this one.
Yeah, there were contributing factors. Wrong channel. I needed a little bit extra time because I cooked my own face.
Yep.
Thankfully, you can't see it under the white light, but
it was delicious.
Right. No,
I'm disappointed.
But I have got a cold beer I can press against it, so there we go.
I'm a bit disappointed that Simon has not gone full on Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Hello,
apparently
everyone.
we're not allowed
We're doing
to see
Call of Cthulhu now,
Nick.
bitches.
You're not allowed to see me?
Yeah.
Can you not see me?
We have
no
stream.
Can I just explain that I was potentially about to go into a really serious headache, so I'm not quite with it. Can you give me a second?
Right. Let us not panic.
No, I'm not panicking.
Hey man,
I'm
this
just
is the
explaining
type of
to
quality
the
should be expecting by this point.
This is the brand, damn it, and we're sticking with it. Yeah.
There we go.
Next week, Nick has got his break his leg. Felicia's got to gain multiple personality disorder. You know, it's a thing.
Don't put that fucking evil on me, sir. Do not, for the love of God, put that evil on me.
I don't think I need to get a personality disorder.
And I really like the idea that I don't get it because I'm already living in El Salvador.
Someone give us some bits.
Stop giving bits of bits. We got a hype train just off love and the fact that half the people who subscribed were the players. Anyway.
Yes.
It's called embezzlement.
Anyway.
Corruption.
So you all remember what happened last episode. You remember in great detail everything that happened.
Absolutely.
You mean 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
I remember, but unfortunately, yes, I do.
We tried to hurt Bit Fiend. It didn't work very well.
Well, you managed to.
I think we're doing super well, actually.
No. If I remember correctly, like Eclipse literally shotgun blasted a hole into the Pete Fiend.
Yes, because I was
Eclipse is an
lucky.
Anime protagonist now, you know.
Yes, I am an anime protagonist now. I was very
especially
lucky.
Goku.
Yeah.
Specifically Goku.
I was very lucky because Fable had used
Path to
the Grave.
Yeah.
Path to the Grave.
Which is a busted ability the rest of the time, and he gave it to a rogue.
Yeah, and I, with a advantage, rolled a natural 20 and critted as a rogue. and
Oh dear, the crit
it
fisher
exploded.
fished for a crit and got a crit. So yeah. We'll have to see how we go from here. So let's back up a little bit.
Level 2.
So the party went to the village of Warrenford. Warrenford being just a little forest track village built on the ruins of a long, not long forgotten, but long out of use temple that was rebuilt for their purposes. The main part of the temple being used as a regular church, regular shrine, and some of the outbuildings, which turned out to be a former bastion. So some barracks and what looks a bit like a hermitage. It was a perfect place to make a village, and being able to use those stone buildings, which are quite rare. Most buildings that are outside of a city here are made of wood, and yeah, so this place was built around it. A simple farming, self-sustaining, using the forest for game type of village. You were buying it right from the beginning. Strange names that they gave each other, a few things that just seemed off. Immediately you went into investigate mode and figured out that these were linked somehow with the Tabaxi backstory of the heart of Juradan, which was the reason why you came here. Eventually you managed to whittle it down and found out that the occupants of the village are in fact fiends. Fiends that are now taking humanoid forms and have inside them, as Scornfuse had put it, tummy tentacles.
Tummy tentacles.
Small tentacle creatures around about the size of a softball. That, although that's with all the tentacles and things, you can actually swallow these with small barbed hooks that mean that they can lodge themselves inside the gullet or in the stomach. And Eclipse watched somebody cough up their particular tummy tentacle and give it to somebody for safekeeping, at which point they transformed into a Goliath and then took the small creature back and swallowed it again. Eventually this was explained to you, and the thing that was explained to you is that the fiends are carrying the souls of the Tabaxi that resulted from the fall of Juradan. There was a cataclysm that presumably imprisoned Juradan, got rid of his fabled golden city, and set in motion many of the penances that you've already investigated, leading you to these canopic jars. These fiends sought a place where they could hide these souls. There was some form of penance that day that they felt, as a large pit fiend, furious at the betrayal of Lilith, although you do have her true name, appeared to have...
Carnitava,
that's it. Appeared to have betrayed hell because she either loved or started an alliance with Juradan himself. When the Pit Fiend arrived, he basically was just going to do a small version of the snap. And as this aura of death descended upon a quarter of the city, these fiends took the souls that ironically they were about to claim for themselves and protected them instead. Centuries later, they are the people of Warrenford. No children, nobody elderly. Everybody roughly between the ages of 20 and 50, and continuously protecting these souls. They still do have to protect these souls as well, because underneath the village itself, in the bowels of the temple, the catacombs underneath, is a large pit fiend based on gluttony. These people starve themselves for several nights and then have a huge feast. the huge feast they use to lower the Gluttony Demon's defenses, the Gluttony Devil's defenses. And they're able to perform a ritual that keeps it bound. Then, when they starve themselves, he is denied any of the vice that he draws power from. And they've kept this pattern going for centuries. The only way that they can free themselves and the souls that they contain to go back into the cascade, a particular reference in Illyria to reincarnation, the souls going on to the astral realm and being with the gods, whichever fate befalls you, is to kill the pit fiend first, at which point the small twisted creatures inside their gut that allow them to contain the souls will be able to expire, and they will be able to join the gods once again. You listen to them. Some of you have reserved judgment, and by judgment we mean a capital J. And now you have adventured deep into the catacombs, a place where heroes of the gods seem to reside. You saw a grave of a great paladin. But in one of the chambers, a large, bloated pit fiend, more bloated than the images that Farewell may have seen in his training. Instead of the two large bat-like wings coming out of its back, the wings are like dried leaves, almost laminated to its back. Jowls and flabby legs gather around its feet to the point where you can't even see the claws at the end of its toes. It seems to be quite substantial. Only the combination of two of the characters working together, being able to perform a divine mortal strike, has been able to reduce its hit points at all. You've been told through previous rolls that you've made that this pit fiend, as with all pit fiends, can command fire. We start at the top of the initiative, and the initiative is...
Also, didn't remind me, I think there was an acid wall created.
There
like,
is an acid.
Strife.
No, it got
Yeah.
dispelled.
Oh, he dispelled it. Yeah.
Dispelled. Yeah.
He dispelled it, yeah.
And that pissed Glory/Felicia off something fierce.
Well, it was
I
just one of
actually
her many
used
spells.
it at its lowest level for
Oh,
a
wow, really?
reason.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
She
I
was
had a
touching.
suspicion he could do that.
There is
so-
like a barrier as well, right, Simon?
No.
There's a barrier that keeps him from going out, but it is a powerful magical barrier. So this is part of the field challenge, and that is, if you cast a spell on the outside of the field, it cannot pass through the field. You have to go into the field, which means into its range, to cast the spell, and then you can duck back out again. Obviously, things like summoned creatures, things like that, once you've summoned them on one side, they can pass the barrier. You can tell them to go through the barrier. But magical effects, fireballs, firebolts, things like that, can't work, so you do have to duck in. The initiative order is Corinne, Pit Fiend, Nick, Felicia, Rodrigo, Kate. You will have roll 20 up, and
Remind me, Simon, I used Blink, didn't I?
you did use
You did.
Blink, yes.
You did.
Okay, good, because we
And
forgot to put the...
The symbol isn't on you at the moment, so you're currently present.
No, we forgot to put one on me,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly, because that was why I was confused, like, wait...
In that case, put a symbol on you to say that
Yeah.
you are there, that you're in the ethereal. All right. So, Corinne,
Mm-hmm.
you can see that this creature now, after the first barrage of attack, and especially the amount of damage that you did to it, is anticipating further attacks. You can see that Aiden, his sword glowing brightly, because I do have here that you used your Crimson Rites that allows you to do radiant damage, is at his feet. What would you like to do?
Remind me, he's also like stuck to the floor as well, isn't he? He is like
He
his skin
appears,
is fused.
yeah, he appears to be surrounded by a crust of filth that is mooring him to the floor.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, we've had our big path to the grave. We could do it because you can do it twice. But
I can do it twice. Yeah.
Yeah. Think we'll go with the normal attack for now.
Okay.
So I will. Where's that?
Time to fuck up a pit fiend.
Yeah, because I can reach from here. So, just lash knife there.
Yeah. Yeah, he fills that 3x3 and then some. Kind of spilling over the edges.
Yeah. I hid from last time, which was something ridiculous, I'm sure.
How do spells work?
14
I don't know.
plus 10. 24 to hit.
24 to hit. Yep. That hits. Roll for damage.
Yep. 24. And a bunch of the 66s. Rogues at this level.
Disgusting.
26 plus 6 is 32 points of damage.
Sure.
Disgusting.
Once again, you watch this this
We
cruel-looking
need 100
blade
last
on the
time.
end of a chain fly out from one of the doors into the creature's flesh. It moors itself in what seems to be a sweet spot. With a yank of the chain, this blade is drawn along a huge section of adipose tissue. It opens up, splitting with this god-awful, greasy, it's like stale grease smell that makes you want to gag Aiden.
You're welcome.
You can see that this foul black ichor is oozing out of the wound.
Okay.
That's your turn.
No, I'm gonna go behind the corner and I'm gonna hide.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
It was dark here, right, Simon?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it's dim light.
Cool. I still rolled under a 10 on both my fucking dice. So that is a 23 to hide.
Okay, 23, sounds good.
Yeah.
Right. So, the pit fiend kind of grunts. He doesn't kind of react with pain. He grunts at the discomfort of what you've done to him. And he looms over your blood hunter, over Aiden. And a huge, disgusting, jowly grin appears as this jaw opens to basically Aiden's height.
Don't like that.
Why did you decide to sit in front of it?
Because I'm a melee fighter.
You have a gun.
It doesn't do as much damage as the fucking sword. Also, as far as I know, I can't use my Crimson right on the gun, and if I can, that sounds a bit broken.
Okay, so Aiden, first thing is that the claw attack that comes down on you first is a natural 20.
Cool.
Shit, I can't see. Can I see him, Simon,
Actually,
peeking around the corner? Can you give me that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Simon.
you guys
In
did
that
say that
case-
you were peeking around the corner.
Yeah. In that case, I cancel the crit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, take only 17 points of damage, Aiden, as the one hand
That's my
with his
reaction.
long barbed claws. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my reaction
Mm-hmm.
to use one of my. I'm gonna use Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there we go. Just let me remind myself how it works because Matt Mercer changed how it works. So give me a moment.
While you're figuring that out, I'm just gonna mention to the cast that someone might have a TV or something in the background, and if they can just, I don't know, turn it off or
Might be
down.
me.
Or, yeah. I'm just hearing it lightly, but it's just something that keeps coming in.
I could.
How about I
Never mind, Simon. Never mind. I just read that it's after you roll, but before you determine it succeeds, so it hits anyways.
I kind of rushed into it, so I will allow it if you wish to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I do want to save myself from some damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
You rolled 1 hemocraft die and subtract the total. Amplify. Okay.
I
so
rushed through and I didn't give you the natural stop point, so I'll be fair.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 points of damage.
Sure.
So that means that every time it attacks until the end of the turn,
yeah,
I rolled every time to subtract from its attacks.
Okay.
So this one, it's whatever you rolled minus 6.
Minus 6, so that would be a 26 to hit, which still hits.
Okay.
And it is still a natural 20, but that gets cancelled by your Grave Cleric.
Yeah.
Cool.
Always keep your Grave Cleric close.
Always
so
keep your Grave Cleric.
As a result, you only get 17 points of damage.
Only. Okay, so...
Right? You watch as this giant barbed claw comes down and hooks into mostly the coat, which doesn't take much damage, but then you can see a couple of the fingers. One of them catches a leg, and the other one catches kind of the nape of Aiden's neck.
Oh, actually, it takes 5 points of psychic damage because it's still branded.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ow.
You fucking lay it on because this guy does not mess around. So that's the claw attack. Now that he's pinned you, he's actually going to tenderize you. Okay. So with his other hand, he's going to smash you with a fist.
Okay, so rolled, and then I'm going to roll my die to subtract. Yeah.
It's okay, I can fix this. It's okay, I can fix this.
One. That's a 22. Does that hit?
Yeah, that does hit.
Okay. When he hits you, his fist explodes with fire. So take 15 points of bludgeoning damage and 26 points of fire damage.
You're immune to fire because you have my ring of fire immunity that I gave you equipped.
So that...
Oh yeah, I'm still going to give you the visuals. As you guys watch, this punch actually explodes like it's a fucking rocket.
Okay, I can fix this.
Okay, so that's just 15 points of damage total, right?
That would be 15 bludgeoning.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. His next attack.
Okay.
Is that uncurling from this mound of sausage-like fat behind him, the most disgusting looking tail, parts of it are actually molded and rotting, uncurls, but it has got a nasty looking I think I designed this as a barb. No, it doesn't. It has a broken barb, so this is only going to bludgeon you, and the tail comes round and tries to tenderize you from the other side.
Tell me again when to roll.
Roll.
Die. Oh, 8.
8.
So 8 minus 8 to your...
That brings it from 28 down to 20. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it still hits.
Okay, because some of you have got an AC.
Why do I even bother?
So that's an extra 19 points of bludgeoning damage as this huge mass of adipose flesh swings around like a fucking girder.
I can feel already, like Nicole's asleep at the moment, but I can already feel them yelling, I fucking told you so. I told you to put points into Constitution because
Constitution is not a dump stat.
Constitution is a dump stat.
No, Constitution is one of the main fucking stats for a blood hunter.
Anyway, we've had this conversation.
Charisma is a dump.
I can feel them.
Roll for the final attack as this huge jaw comes down.
4.
Take in the tenderized meat. 4, unfortunately, brings the 24 down to 20.
Yeah.
24
points of piercing damage as this maw grips onto you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Or get eaten. Why did you think it was a good idea to go in front of this fucking thing?
Because I'm a melee fighter, for fuck's sake!
It's what he's supposed to do.
He's got no choice. He's the only one.
Well, we just let us take care of that. And just go.
Oh yeah, sure. Just show up to a session and do fucking nothing. That's gonna be 16.
16. Okay.
Ooh, that's
so in chat.
You are partially swallowed. Basically, his jaws have clamped down on your body. This is not a grapple check. He currently has you half in his mouth, and the jaws are starting to come down on your body. At the end of each of your turns, at the start of each of your turns, you will take additional damage if this effect has not been disengaged.
That's the start of the person that's
at the start. At the start of Aiden's turn,
Simon,
he's taking more damage again.
By the way, Simon, in terms of the fiction, how does this work with my? How does me being partly ethereal work into this? Because I'm kind of ghostly right now.
Yeah.
I think I did last session.
You may not remember 4 weeks ago when you turned around and said, "Oh, I'm gonna engage this," and I went, "Yeah, you're gonna need it."
Yeah.
On your turn, you can escape this. Just as a move action, you can just walk out of this. But at the moment, you are not ghostly enough. I think you have to will yourself to go through an item.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's work with that. It doesn't say in the rules, but
because it doesn't say you can't be damaged, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't say that. So I'm fine.
Okay. So basically, you need a second just to go nope and fucking get out of there. But then once you do, that bite is disengaged. Let's see if somebody else can disengage it beforehand for you, because obviously you don't want the damage at the beginning of that turn.
So you can't do more AoE, massive AoE effects, Felicia.
Yes, because they're currently sharing a space.
Oh, Simon, actually, I just wanted to quickly ask you, because of the sheer amount of damage I just took, please tell me that does give me a finesse point for the fucking gun.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. In fact, you might qualify for a few. What does it say on the gun?
I don't have it open right now with me. I'm gonna look for it. But yeah, if I didn't get a finesse point for that, I would be kind of pissed.
In fact, I think you gained 4. Hang on, 1.
I still have, and I don't know if it's incorrect, but I still have Aiden and Eclipse both with a finesse point. I don't know if that's me wrong. So I'll give him a second one, but.
Yeah, I don't think you can have multiple finesse points, but you would have.
I don't know.
4
We've
here.
kind of had.
We've had
2 before, but I don't know if we're allowed to.
Yeah, go on. You know what? I've done so much to you. Take your finesse points. That's absolutely fine. Take your 4 finesse points as the life leaving your body
finesse point
gets
when
pulled into the
receiving
bum.
13 or more damage from a single attack or effect.
I think that was every attack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you brought me down from 98 hit points to 25, so yes, I would say so.
Yeah, I made a good monster.
Yeah.
Farewell, your friend's dying. Get on with it.
Yeah, so Farewell looks around the corner, reaches to his belt, speaks the command phrase, and this purple rope shoots out, wraps itself around Aiden, and then I'm going to pull it back to me. So I use the rope of entanglement to get him back to me.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, it will be a contested strength check against the Pit Fiend.
Well,
but...
he has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or become restrained, although he can choose to.
I'm assuming that Aiden's going to relent.
Sure, fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And contested strength throw. It's a good job that I'm the only one that invested in strength, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Oh dear.
Is it athletics or is it just strength?
It would be an athletics check, yeah.
Okay.
And to make sure that there's no bullshit, I'm just going to take a picture of this here and put it on the Discord.
Okay. It's
boy.
It's a 90 me.
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's good on the Discord and it's not terrible, because if it's a natural 20, I'm going to be such a sad boy. Ooh, it's a 1.
A 1.
Fucking natural 1. Yeah, as you yank, this is the moment where the Pit Fiend chooses a moment to laugh and toy with his prey. He goes, "Blah," and as he does so, you pull Aiden prone and basically run the length of the room, pulling him in.
So I pull him to there.
Yep.
And then as a bonus action, I use my Aura of Vitality.
Mm-hmm.
And I heal him for 2d6.
Alright.
Solid. Solid.
Not amazing,
Like it.
but it's 5 points, but it's free.
It's 5 points you didn't have a minute ago.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
5
sure.
additional points, and you're out of danger.
From 25 to 30.
Yeah,
Now stay
but there's
here.
this a rather
It's a melee fighter. What do you
No,
want
no,
to
no,
What
dude.
it's supposed to do, yeah.
hit and run, man. I like the idea of hit and run, and at least with the rope now around you, if the worst
Yeah.
happens, we rinse and repeat.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I
I'm
mean,
fishing for items.
Forget the lash knife. You're just like sending it.
Hit and run might be a good tactic because then you're only taking 1 attack instead of the 3 he just gave you.
Exactly.
True.
And I just love the mental image of like Aiden's legs just wiggling out of this pit fiend's mouth, this rope wrapping around him, and then just this pop sound as Aiden is spat out and then unceremoniously dragged
Actually-
across the floor.
No, never mind. Think of something else. God.
Oh.
But
Okay.
you know, take your 5 points, and
Yeah,
hopefully by
thanks.
next turn I'll heal you up some more.
Solid.
thanks.
Quality clericking there, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Felicia, you see an incredibly minced up blood hunter being dragged out at speed by a rope.
I recognize
Yeah.
that rope. I was there when they got it.
Now you can do whatever you want because there's no one in there.
Exactly. Remind me, did Curse of Weakness or whatever it was that Kate tried to do, did it work?
I don't think it did. No.
I think he succeeded.
Yeah, because I don't have it written down here. And
Okay,
I've
so
got all
that'll
those
have to
effects on
wait.
it.
Yeah, I think
another
I failed on that.
turn.
I also think he's very good at con saves. I think we discovered.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got a-
shush.
he's a big chunky boy.
But yes, he is. I remember that. Which
He's made
is
of chunk.
slightly annoying. But that means there's only really one thing I can do. And that is cast a chromatic orb acid at 5th level.
5th level. Let me just write that down. Okay. 5th level acid orb. Oh. 5th level acid orb. Go for it.
Yes. This is my
Let me just check his thing. No. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let me just double check that I'm not using anything extra while I'm doing it. Nope. Okay, good. Oops, wrong button. I can never get used to using D&D Beyond.
Same.
It is slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah, Scorm. He did. He specced into con by eating a lot. Literally, his con is he is all con.
Because he ate everything.
Yeah. He has a con of 24.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remember the 20 limit's only for players.
It's only for players. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, big
unless
boy.
we find any magical
Does a
books.
26 hit?
Yes. 26 will hit a con.
Obviously, I'll like go in here when I cast it.
Yes, you would have to. Yeah.
Okay, 26 does hit at at 5th level. It is 78. So
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Love me a chromatic orb.
5,
I know it's hit or miss, but if it hits, oh baby.
7.
Question,
Yeah.
Simon. A quick question before it gets to my turn. The
Oh,
thing that
channel
I can
points are
do-
still in Star Wars mode, Simon.
on
From it to
the
saying-
channel.
Oh, the channel points. Oh, I will do that
Yeah.
now. Thank you very much, Hannah.
What were you saying? Sorry, Rodrigo.
Yeah, you had a
please,
question,
cut me off.
Rodrigo.
No, yeah, just wanted to quickly ask, like, the things that I can do with the Bloodfire pistol. Do
Mhm.
they count? Can I do them in an attack action, or is it like a whole like can I attack with the
It's an
saber
attack.
then? Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
Yeah, so you can shoot with that pistol several times if you want to.
yes,
Okay,
you can shoot
okay.
twice. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Where is it? Channel points. Where are they? It's under affiliate, isn't it?
High noon.
And let's see, double.
I can't find it.
Double.
Channel points, found it. And switch on under. I kept forgetting that I was switching them on off because people kept using the wrong ones in the wrong games.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be up for you now.
I gave us a loop bomb.
And you know better than to bake. Anyways,
Give me a free sub.
That's some calculation because it's been a while. But 34 points of acid damage.
34.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember that I ignore resistances.
Mm-hmm. As it hits the flesh, you see the pitting of this acid blissfully splashing against the surface of this creature. There's a lot of surface, there's a lot of creature underneath, but it seems to be doing what you've intended for it to do. You don't seem to see any of the damage lessened in any way. Before you get a chance, as you leave...
Remember that I blink when I leave.
Oh, you're not going to walk away, are you? You're just going to stand there. Well, you don't blink automatically.
Basically, when I blink, I can reappear 10 feet away. Yeah. So, like, I'll move backwards as I blink. So
but you need to roll above a...
I did, Corinne. I rolled that.
Okay, cool.
I'm telling you that I blink when I go out.
Okay, so you're not going to move. That actually gets rid of you being able to have the opportunity attack. Damn you. Damn you. Okay. Aiden.
Okay. First thing. I'm going to use a bonus action. Mm-hmm. After getting pulled back, I am going to use... give me a moment. Blood Curse of the Marked on the Peat Fiend. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to amplify it, so I'm sadly going to have to take some damage.
Okay, so eyeless and marked.
Yeah. It's no longer affected by the eyeless. It's
because that was one turn, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right, so I took quite a bit of damage, but I amplified it, so my next attack has advantage.
Sure.
And now, what I'm going to do is basically, what you see Aiden do is that he mutters something under his breath. He takes out the Bloodfire pistol, loads a special round, and then I like to picture him basically doing a stinger from Devil May Cry into the Peat Fiend. So he's just like sprinting and then using the momentum to drive the fucking sword into it.
Fucking yes.
So I'm gonna
graphics.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with advantage because of the curse.
Yep.
Would you look at that? A natural 20.
Yeah, that's why you do it advantage.
And because of Blood Curse of the Marked, I'm rolling a whooping 48.
Nice. Hey, for a melee fighter on a single attack, 48 is not to be sneezed at, dude. Just don't roll all ones.
Was that with your gun?
No, he stabbed with the sword.
With the sword.
I have a feeling the sword is the final hurrah.
4, 8, 11, 12 times 2, 24 points of damage. Don't ask me which one is radiant, which one's piercing, because I just rolled.
24 is fine. Yep, that works.
24 point of damage, and then what I'm going to do, because I do have a second attack with my attack action, I'm going to fire point blank the Lumen Discharge. And I want to say that I'm going to use the recoil of it to go back.
To come backwards. He's animating the fuck out of here. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you basically just ram the fucking Witchlock pistol into... Oh, sorry, yours is a Ghost Lock, isn't it? The Ghost Lock
pistol.
It's
a Witchlock.
His is
a Witchlock. Yeah.
So yeah, he rams the Witchlock into like these folds of fucking flesh and pulls the trigger. Can you please read out Lumen Discharge for...
I don't have it on me.
Oh, you don't have it on you?
Is it not written on the actual D&D Beyond item token? I might have written it in there for you. If you click on the item in your equipment, it might be written
in there. Yeah, it does have it. Thank you. I never noticed this.
I'm a good egg.
20... You are. 20 feet cone, it has to do a dex save. Undead had this disadvantage. Otherwise, it takes 46 plus my dex in radiant fire damage.
Okay, it fails.
Okay,
it's a turret.
Wait, 4d6 or 46?
4d6.
Oh, okay. Just wondering. I'm just like I'm sort of like trying to look at my stuff, going, am I just not caught up with everyone else's damage? I don't do this sort of damage.
That's gonna be 14 plus my dex. That's going to be 18 points of radiant and fire damage. As the blast is so hard, it propels me back.
So the stinger
love it.
Goes through folds of flesh into something vital. You're not quite sure what it is, but there is a sudden as black blood comes out of the mouth of the pit fiend. As you're pulling your sword out, you just ram the pistol in, and the explosion from the pistol, which is radiant fire damage. Okay, so this is radiant / fire. It's a dual damage type. And as it explodes and this strange ghostly kind of green silver fire explodes from your gun, you take the moment to just leap back, taking the inertia, landing back outside the door. A fucking crater is left in this creature. Part of its flesh was melting and part of it was slashed to fuck. The fact that you've just gone in and skewered one of its organs, and then adipose tissue has just gone all over the place. You're probably quite covered yourself in just bits of fiend guts.
Oh, that's disgusting.
You can see this creature just kind of looking down and going, you did notice that as you flew back, his head instinctively came down to snap at you.
That's fair. Mechanically, I was using my movement, so yeah, that's fair.
But I rolled and he did not hit you because you've got an AC above 11. It was the shock of all this damage where the mouth had come down. He was going for a bite because, for reasons. But he didn't get you. You would have thought he probably would have stood a better chance of getting you with the tail or the claw, but he very specifically doubled over and tried to get you in his mouth.
Okay. That's my turn. I can't do anything else.
Okay. Kate, you've seen a lot of damage. You've also seen a lot of damage done to one of your own. This creature gets hold of one of your friends one more time, chances are he's going to break him in two. What are you going to do?
One of your friends, aka just Aiden.
Someone else is coming up.
She shouts at Aiden, "Stop running in!" Wait, what's my accent?
Want me to throw my sword?
Yeah, I don't know. Just stand back and let other people throw acid.
I want you to keep doing that badass stinger shit. That's all I care about. But fuck what everyone else is saying.
Yeah, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Just get yourself eaten. It's fine. YOLO, exactly.
As long as you're a anime protagonist, who cares?
Exactly. Damn right.
I mean, I did base him around Bloodborne.
Yeah, so Mandalorian, that shit. You know, get swallowed by him and blow him up from the inside.
Yeah.
Actually, I was planning on doing that before, Farewell checked me out.
So Cora's been watching and not really sure what's best. We'd been told that they were potentially resistant to sort of magical stuff at one point early on and stuff, so she had got her crossbow ready. I think what she's actually going to do is attempt to use Chill Touch. And
yes.
Nice.
And so she's going to lean around the corner and... Oh, wait, no, she has to run in slightly because it's magic, right?
It's magic.
Yeah. So she has to just... But last time we figured she has just enough movement to run in, pass the line, Chill Touch, and run back.
She does.
And hide again. So that's kind of what I'm gonna try and do.
Even with the reduced movement of a halfling, you could do that.
Yeah, it's just enough with the diagonal you said with the line.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I need 5.
Yeah, so 20 and you've got 25. That's fine.
25. Yeah. So Chill Touch is. Oh right, yeah. Hold on, I've forgotten how to play D&D. So I roll a d20.
Fair.
And that is 23 to hit.
Funny enough, that hits.
Perfect.
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay, and then it's 3d8. Wait, yeah, no, that's it. On a hit, the target takes well, 1 necrotic damage, but it's plus thing, so it's 3. Oh, one of those is an 8. That's nice. 8. Oh, maths. Okay, hold on.
That's the bane of,
16.
well.
8, 3, and 5. 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's 16 necrotic damage, and they can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
That's the important one. It's why it's one of my favorite cantrips.
Yeah.
Your spell slams into them. We haven't seen Corey use Chill Touch all that much. So what does it look like when she does it?
You know what? I think this is quite interesting because for her it's all about fire, and this is Chill Touch, and there's a hint of the Winter Court about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, there's sort of like snow and frost sort of fly out. Very, very let it go. But yeah, like kind of like snow kind of like thing, and just freezes on. I suppose it's necrotic, so maybe it hits the head and it kind of like creates this sort of almost crown for a moment of like. Actually, it's Chill Touch as well, so it's almost like the winter. What's the lady of the Winter Court? You know, she almost like she grabs their head.
The Snow Queen, yeah.
Yeah, the Snow Queen sort of like reaching out, just taking the head, almost like it's like Precious, but it's like, and then it goes, and the ice, you know, the ice sort of effect goes on.
I love it, and it was one of the reasons why I was asking. You already got there. That's exactly what everyone sees. You see this Elsa zephyr of frost energy come out of Cora's fingers. Instead of it being fueled by rage, instead this kind of cold rage instead. It hits.
It's not rage. It's rage.
It hits it hits the pit fiend in the face. He goes, and then also goes, as these two tender arms made out of lights like Aurora Borealis caress the head, and you can see that the hands are sparkling, almost like they're wearing gloves of a very thin layer of frost. Just caress his head, and you would just watch as the fingers disappear about up to the knuckle into this creature's head, and just keep doing that for the rest of this round. This creature cannot regain hit points by any means, which means you've knocked out its core tactic.
I wondered. These sort of creatures like often have healing, so
yeah. Why do you think he was trying to bite Aiden?
Yeah.
I was going to roll 66 and regain that many hit points.
Well, actually, yeah, we'd also seen, the other reason I picked it was because we'd seen him eat something, I thought, and like get better, or had I seen that on some other creature? But I definitely had seen that. I saw it in the dream, I guess, and I know that those sort of creatures can do that. You saw it in the dream.
Yeah,
so it's a different creature, but still.
That's actually the script I had for the dream, where he just rips something in half, and suddenly you just see him getting better. That was actually when you looked into the Blood War.
Yeah, we were shown a vision.
Half of a demon off and swallowed it whole.
That's right.
And then you watched wounds just kind of. I mean, he was pretty hench there. He was a champion of battle.
Yeah.
Now
I just want to say thank you
for
the sub, by the way.
Well, thank you to see it. And thank you everybody for the hype train earlier. That was lovely.
That was me.
I've got a total of 3 sub gifts and 100 bits as well. So thank you very much, guys. Fantastic start to the year. You have nerfed the one hope this creature had. It is back around to our resident Murder Kitty.
Murder Kitty shall murder. Hello, I'm Murder Kitty. Whoosh whoosh. This is in the thing realm. So that is a 22 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
I'm just gonna roll it down D&D Beyond because I can't be asked to do maths.
Yeah, same.
So that is 27 points.
27. the blade does its thing of going schlupped straight through the creature, and you pull, and this spray of viscera, almost like some bloated cadaver that has built up the gases inside.
Yeah.
Part of the creature looks like it deflates, slumps.
Still alive.
And you can see that a kind of fine black dust or soot is coming from its throat. Would you like to do anything else? I'm assuming hide.
Yes, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna do my hide check. 16 plus 13 is 29.
9 points. Yep. He can't see you.
No.
It's his turn.
Yep.
Kind of. And his eyes start to burn, brightest red you've ever seen. That's his turn.
All right. Ominous.
Nick, it's your turn.
Do pit fiends explode?
Let's find out in this exciting episode of...
Why the fuck is he counting down?
Well,
Why is the music
Counting down in
other-
Infernal.
It's a fucking.
There are other like
What?
devils that explode.
It's
So-
the fucking. It's
Oh, no,
it's like
it's
the end of any Resident Evil game where the fucking countdown appears on screen and you have that amount of time to get out of the fucking base.
It's the. Why is he counting down? Why does the music now have lyrics? Why are the lyrics in Latin? Oh God.
That is especially
Who is
hilarious
screaming
considering.
Sephiroth? You know,
That's
usual.
especially funny considering the song I have on background right at the moment.
So
Parate me ex infernus.
yeah. So not wanting to add to life's woes, I will reach across, place a hand on Aiden's shoulder, and
Thanks.
I will cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Thanks.
You heal 30,
Yeah, that's.
and as a bonus action, my aura goes off again. And you heal another 7.
Knitting him back together.
Literally knitting him together
From
He's got,
fucking.
like-
in front of everybody.
I went from 23 hit points to like 60.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clerics,
so you-
man. Always have your cleric.
Total of 37. Yeah, I mean, if I was a life cleric, this would be doing like shit tons of like healing, but
Yeah.
that's not my
Yeah.
go-to. But that's my
It's like, I do other shit and this.
I do very good at this shit, but yeah,
Clerics, man.
occasionally
I
I
love
have
clerics.
to like if I need to pump healing. This is some of the good stuff I can do.
Yeah. I mean, compared to something like even Rogue, basically, there are more viable options in Cleric than there are in Rogue.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
A War, Tempest, Grave, Trickery,
have wild
and everything.
magic.
They're
Snipe.
It's like
Yeah,
there's a
yourself.
few that just aren't, like light and nature. That's about the only two
I
that I can
re-
think
I
of that aren't
remember-
that good.
I remember, we had a Storm Cleric, no, Tempest. It's Tempest Cleric, sorry.
Tempest.
In one of our parties one time, and he was basically a dwarven Thor. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
They don't call you the god of hammers.
Yeah,
Ding, ding.
exactly.
Led Zeppelin intensifies.
Yeah.
I come from the land of the ice and snow.
Whose turn
Right.
is it?
I
So,
won't say anymore because we'll get copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, Farewell, just goes full on divinity and starts putting together your melee fighter, doubling his hit points in about 6 seconds, which is just as well because Aiden, you're up.
Okay. Um.
God, he's almost dead.
Look, we're okay. As far as we're aware, this is only the end of phase 1. We'll only start panicking as soon as the music, as I said, starts singing in Latin.
Yeah.
Then we'll panic. If we
Give me a
don't
moment.
hear
I
Latin,
just need to
we're
remember.
okay.
We've got to timpani. They're on the
Haven't you
timpani.
looked in the Discord yet, Nick? We need your help there.
Okay. Fuck
Oh.
it.
No.
Live and
gonna-
discharge from here.
It's a. Would it hit? Give me a moment.
If you
Yeah.
push the barrel through the, portal,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
will
see why
hit.
not.
It will hit.
Yeah, just live and discharge twice.
But I
like,
kind of want to
I-
million stab the fucker.
Go on, do it, fucking do it, come on. I've got 4th level spells
He's gonna
left.
explode, and you're gonna be like this little crisp.
First of all, I have 3rd and 5th level spells plus the diamonds to fuel it. Second, I've got 4th level spells for healing. Fuck it, big dick
Drop
moment.
down
Do
and
it.
hit me and hit me.
Yeah, come on.
Okay,
If
so
there
I'm
was ever a time
I'm gonna
to come in
do the
swinging, it's
stinger
now.
again.
2021, baby. Let's
So
go
if
in
it's
swinging.
fire damage, you're immune to it. So actually, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Now with that caveat. So I'm gonna do the stinger again, and want to say just for flavor because Aiden is partially ghostly. He leaves like ghostly smoke behind as he fucking dashes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
I want to say so. I'm gonna roll 2 attacks. Here's a weird thing. The blood curse of the mark is still on, but I don't know if the advantage still applies. That's my issue.
What's the wording? Let's find this out. Not
You
usually the
can
one
mark-
for stopping for that, but this
you
is cool.
You can mark a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you until the end of your turn with your.
Sure.
Okay.
In that case, no.
So yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just use. I can use it 3 times, so that's my last time.
I present to you in lieu of what Aiden is doing in our Discord, which, by the way,
yes.
please feel free to join. The actual music that is currently playing in reality as we're all fighting this boss.
Let me check this. Oh hell yeah! I would go for Lady Maria instead, but yeah.
Oh yes, Lady Maria theme.
Well, I chose the Living Failures is mainly because
this is a
living
failure.
failure. So
Yeah.
I thought
but
this
for
was rather
Us,
apropos.
so yeah, living failure sounds about right.
All right, so yeah, I already took the damage. I already used my last blood maledict, so 2 attacks with advantage.
Okay. When you roll, leave the dice because in between you saying how much you score, something happens. So
Okay.
Oh dear.
go for it.
All right.
I'm
so
getting
first
ready
attack.
to pull out a corpse. I'm
Okay.
braced,
attack.
I'm braced to pull out a
Leave that
corpse.
there. Leave that there.
He
First
explodes.
Attack, it's 15 plus 19 to hit.
Okay. So pocket
Good
that.
shit.
Pocket that.
Okay. I rolled.
Oh god. Toasty!
Okay. As
I am immune to fire.
when
so-
you get through the shield, the second you look at him, his eyes rot out of his head. His body spontaneously rots, and it's a lot of rot all in one. And more of that black soot-like substance that was coming out of his mouth explodes
Sure.
in every direction. Those of you on the other side of the force fields, you can see that the dust blacks out your view. Rodrigo.
It's like Looney Tunes.
What an
There's an
Iden-shaped thing.
Iden-shaped outline on one of the walls.
That would be hilarious.
I can take 40 points of necrotic damage.
Wait, give me a moment. Give
It's okay,
me a
I
moment.
can pull a corpse out. It's fine.
You
No,
can't
no,
see it.
no, that's okay. Give me a moment.
That's okay. Give me a moment.
I have resistance to necrotic damage.
Ah!
Right of the Dawn.
Right of the Dawn.
And he's also got the
I wrote
rope
it. I didn't know who was going to hit.
I don't need to see him. I can just pull the rope. If it goes suddenly slack, that means he's fallen over, and I stop pulling.
Aiden, you take 20 points of necrotic then because you're resistant.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Standing in the middle of where the creature once was seems to be the same pit fiend, but fucking hench. But he isn't.
Okay, we're in phase 2, bitches.
Yeah, there we go.
That's phase 2, alright.
He isn't. He isn't physical. He seems to have a ghostly outline. So he's kind of like this green ghost. He's cackling with laughter, but you can't hear him. He's not producing any sound. You can. I would like you to make me a Blood Hunter spellcasting roll. Just straight off the bat.
So that's gonna be like whatever I roll plus my intelligence.
Yeah.
And
proficiency.
Like your proficiency.
Okay. Okay.
No, slight concern.
17 plus 8. I don't know whether I don't want to do math right now, but that's
25.
25, yeah.
25.
With the 25, you can see that this has a certain amount of ghosts have this. The gnosis depletes. And this form that he's taken, the energy is bleeding off him like crazy. It's like some sort of gambit. He's using the last of his energy to hold himself together as any form of corporeal, any type of corporeal form.
Simon, can I ask you a very important question?
Yes.
Because of this, does he now count as undead?
You got a 25, yes. He's an undead.
I'm gonna fucking
get another D8.
ruin his life.
I'm mad.
Because right of the Dawn deals an extra D8 to fucking undead, so let me look for it. An extra
I'm just like, I packed so much stuff to fuck with the undead.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I designed this particular guy from the ground up. And I was really pleased when I was like, yeah, I like it. And this whole kind of, hi, you think you got me? This isn't my final form. And
5d8. 5d8.
He's using the same dynamic as a ghost.
So 5d8 going on for the first attack.
Yeah. This ability, by the way, Body of Gnosis, and can be applied to any
14.
template.
8 plus 6 is 14, yeah. 22. 27 points of damage for the first attack.
27, hang on, I've got to do that in dice. 10. And that is that. Yep, sure.
And then the next attack, because I was going to million stab him, so this is the second saber attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fuck, I forgot what the bonuses are on my end. That's gonna be 20 total to hit.
20 total, yeah, definitely hits.
40, so it's 48 now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 10, 15, 19 points of damage.
You strike with your saber. The saber of the commander of the Silver Hunt. Currently the only marshalling force of the Blood Hunters in Illyria. Slashing at this body of Gnosis, you are literally reborn through your blood magic to be a hunter of the undead. Once this being took on its final gambit, this body of Gnosis...
Oh, he fucked up really badly.
You became
he made a
the
terrible
ultimate
mistake.
weapon. You start striking with a sword that shouldn't do damage, but wielded by you, using your blood magic through the blade, it starts to slash through his form, and as it does so, it's almost like you're stabbing him with a lightning rod, drawing the energy down into the blade. You notice a few things in retrospect that would probably occur to you, probably a few minutes from now. First of all, you can't see shit. This entire room is in absolute darkness. You're perceiving that body of Gnosis purely through your blood hunter senses. Everyone outside the room just saw all the walls go black. Yeah? As I say, this fine necrotic dust went everywhere. You slash. 2 bolts of pure light piercing the darkness so that the guys on the outside of the chamber just see 2 indiscriminate flashes, not revealing the inside of the room, just 2 like lightning in the darkest of nights. How do you want to do this?
Well, my description of the attack was, like I said before, I'm gonna million stab the motherfucker. I'm going full on Devil May Cry, so I literally like do the same stinger, but then I stop and I just go, basically start cutting him to ribbons, just start like rapid fire stabbing him into nothingness.
Everybody else, literally in a second, the place goes dark. Then suddenly there's this, based on the description, it's not 2 bolts of lightning. It's like this flicker in the darkness, barely piercing the miasmic dust that is between the source of the light and yourself. The dust suddenly, it seems suspended in the air, filling the entire space. But after this, the dust starts to settle. And hovering in the middle of the chamber with 2 giant black wings coming out of his back is Aiden Canal.
Excuse me, what?
What?
Your coat just leveled up. You now have the ability to, your Ravenfall coat can now turn into a pair of black wings once per day, and you can fly at speed 60 for up to 2 hours.
Hello?
Cool. After I'm done, which by the way, just to finish the DMC reference, and literally finishing up with a breakdown.
Yes.
The coat has disappeared, by the way. There's just these 2 wings coming out of the back of Aiden's back, like some sort of Dark Avenging Angel.
And after I'm done, because I like, even though I had resistance, I did take like 20, like I did fucking.
Oh yeah, you've got like the black veins and all sorts of shit going on. That was heavy necrotic damage, even with resistance. Yeah.
I stand there for a second, and then I let myself fall to the floor.
Yeah, the wings. And yeah, as he hits the floor, the wings suddenly go from feathery to leathery to his coat again.
I'm just like what they thought they were gonna find, which was an Aiden-shaped hole in the room. That's basically what they're going to find, because Aiden just goes.
Oh, yeah. Black soot everywhere. On one of the walls, there's this perfect Aiden outline, and then there's this completely covered in black stuff on the front of him. Aiden just lying on the floor.
Yeah, he's just lying. He's just having it. He's just having a rest.
It's.
Are you breathing?
Hey, Aiden. You did?
I don't know.
He's not dead.
The fields disappear, and this fine dust starts making you choke. It's got an acrid smell that catches. It's like snorting powdered bleach. It's makes your eyes water and sting.
Did we do it?
I think we did it.
Okay, great. Let's go.
Dead? Like Aiden literally just goes, "Is
Breathe
it dead?"
through your mouth. It helps. Trust me.
Okay.
Breathing through your mouth
Let him
helps.
taste
You
it.
get used to it. Yeah, but trust me, it's far better than the alternative. And I just start pulling on the rope, dragging Aiden on who's lying on the floor back towards me. Just hand over hand. Just like
dragging you through the caustic soot. Please let me roll you in salt afterwards.
It's fine. It's fine.
After that,
and then
I know
I
it's
will
a
very
bit-
kindly lean down, and at 6th level, because fuck it, why not?
fuck it, yeah.
I will cast Cure Wounds. So you
Thanks.
heal 28, and then we'll give you your additional 2d6 where it's gone. So 28 plus another 8.
Everyone, roll me a
Thanks.
perception check.
Okie dokie.
Perception.
Is it okay? I think I'm going to. I'm gonna forgo
Lie
that
here
Relent,
for a
because
yeah.
I'm gonna relent on that because Aiden right now is just kind
Just
of
like,
like
Fuck.
stunned.
My passive perception is 20.
24 for farewell.
But I need to
14.
roll it.
24.
Okay.
I rolled pretty well.
24 buddies. 24 buddies.
Okay.
10.
Okay. So.
How do you have 24, Felicia? Because you.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you all notice that stood where the demon once was, in amongst all this black soot, is a robed figure, but the hood over their head neither covers their muzzle or their ears. A tabaxi, a ghost of a tabaxi, in a robe, is stood there, looking at you pensively. Their arms kind of just on a staff,
Also.
looking over the top of, looking over the top of the staff, just
Honor.
studying you.
Honor. Is that you?
Hello, child of the Naru.
My name is Eclipse of the Moon.
My name is Honor.
Yes, I've heard of you.
I am able to relax for the first time in centuries. I have you all to thank for this. And yet, my work here in Mandos is not yet at its end. I must hold on for a little longer yet before I join my family and my ancestors amongst the gods. Come. I know of what you speak. Come.
Eclipse is looking very excited.
Of what you seek. Sorry, not speak.
Yeah, because he hasn't said anything.
They gesture you back into the chamber.
I know.
Before we continue, do we want to take a very quick 10-minute break?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's nearly half past. Yeah, let's take a 10-minute break there, and we will see you shortly after.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back. When we left off, you guys had managed to get rid of a Devourer variant Pit Fiend that I designed for you to all go up against. It managed to show that if you'd done the wrong things, it would have torn you all limb from limb. But you used the battleground, you used your abilities, and you weren't all in the field of effect when I completely gassed the room with 40 points of necrotic damage.
Yep.
So you're doing well. You're currently in the company of a small tabaxi cleric, ghostly, that's leading you into, to continue with the map just as a diagram, the small antechamber on the other side of the chamber to the demon, to the pit fiend. When you go in there, you do notice that the inside of this chamber, even though the architecture is the same as the rest of the catacombs, this, being that you've all been to Naruka, has on the walls brightly colored paints, reds, oranges, yellows. Even though the rock isn't made out of sandstone, there's been a certain amount of some sort of daub that's been placed on the walls, and that's been colored in this. Maybe it's the stuff it's made out of, or maybe it was painted to look like sand. The vista in front of you, on the left-hand wall, is a city that most of you can recognize as Naruka. For one thing, you can see the spire that marks the Grand Temple, though most of it is underground. On the opposite wall, you can see a resplendent golden city. We say gold. The buildings are of this bright yellow stone, almost like a sulfuric yellow. There's a huge temple, not the humble spire of the great temple of Naruka. No, this is more like an Aztec step temple, on top of which is this almost, this kind of columned pagoda. When you measure it up against the buildings, you realize that this stoned pagoda on top is actually huge. How could anyone miss it? Unless this thing has been obliterated down to dust, someone would have found it by now, somewhere in Illyria.
Or if it's magically hidden.
Superimposed with graceful art, you can see this lion-headed tabaxi, this huge mane, this thick muzzle, pointing in a direction. And as he's pointing, you can see in front of his hand, in front of his pointed finger, there are black, probably the only truly black outlines on what seems to be an almost not quite photorealistic art. Deep, dark black silhouettes of winged creatures with claws and horned heads flying away from his finger. The left-hand side of the image, which is the furthest away from the entrance, the image itself has been deliberately drawn so that the image has cracks and is breaking apart. At the far end of the final wall, that's the furthest away from the door, you can see a large symbol, the crest of the Lion Lord. And underneath, in an ancient Tabaxi dialect, but not dialect, a script, which you can still read, it's close enough to the Narukan language.
And I would have studied it.
It says, "For what we do, finally there is only penance." The ghostly figure steps forward and says, "You see,
I too believed in my zeal that we should gather the power that was being offered to us. I did so with the best of intentions, and yet they say the roads to the hells are paved with those intentions. When the cataclysm happened, I was tending to the needy in the city. I was wondering what had befallen my great ruler, how he was in such pain. He seemed to bear himself with such self-loathing when out of the public eye. He seemed resolved in recent days to one great work, one that he believed would maybe end him. This from the man for whom conquest and the dangers therein never once shook his resolve. As I debated this, knowing that this day was going to be the day that he enacted his great work, I felt the sky torn asunder. This giant beast of sin and corruption came through the rift, and with its wings wide, threw back its head and sang in a way that's completely out of its kind. I recognized the language of the divine. Only too late did I realize what it was. It spoke to open the gates of death itself, corrupting them into a maw through which this being would feed. And so, finally realizing that I was part of this downfall, for if I had been good and steadfast in my duty, I would have prevented this. This creature of sin and corruption would never have been able to manifest in the great city had we, Jordan's own clergy, done our job. And so, with all the light that Pelor had placed within my body, I shot my soul into the maw. I took of his power as much as I could, and managed to place one geas upon it, one that would last as long as that creature survived. Little did I know that it would give me an extra form of power, for the fiends beneath it, scattered amongst the populace, were under its domain, and now under mine. I told them all to take penance, and they did. Many souls came flooding towards me. Many of them I threw into the cascade personally. So many more slipped through my fingers and into the creature, only to be corrupted and reform on hell in its like. Those above us now, those who populate these villages, they are not lost. They shall be the final souls delivered to the gods. And now, by your hand, you've allowed us to take this final journey.
The ghost picks up a canopic jar.
I offer to you that which remains of me. Gluttony is dead. There is only penance.
And the jar is given to Eclipse.
Yay.
Thank you. So do you know of me then?
A Naru steps in with heroes so great. Why else would you be here, Jack?
It's been a long journey, and I'm really happy we got to come here and help these souls, and also help the devils here who have somehow turned against their nature.
The ghost looks down.
That we shall have to see. You see, with the pit fiend dead, they are no longer under my domain. I'm afraid the next challenge will be for you.
And as you hold the canopic jar, a sense of peace washes over the chamber. And the ghost has come.
So, what do you want to do?
Well, go and release the souls, I think.
I guess I'll say the obvious then. What happens if they don't want you to release their souls? What happens if they want to keep going what they're doing? Because that poses a problem for me. And I think that still poses a problem for you too, Aiden.
Well, they did say they wanted to release the souls. That was the entire reason why they were here. If they wanted to go away, all they would need to do was just to release the souls and then fuck off.
There's a difference between being unable to do it and keeping the mission, and then suddenly having true free reign. The Gaius is lifted. They are no longer bound to do their penance.
It is a different story if they were truly under Gaius this entire time.
I find it unlikely.
You could be absolutely right, but Gaiuses are powerful. Especially a Gaius, a dying wish Gaius. That's very, very powerful. I will follow your lead, Eclipse. If you wish to give them the opportunity to do the right thing, then I'll support you.
Yes, I would like that. So.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Should we
go?
First, we should probably go. Yeah.
Before we go up, maybe we should take half an hour or so in the room to rest up. Aiden
is still laying down on the floor. So.
Yeah, I was bad. I sort of put my thumb over my shoulder.
Yeah,
sort of
short rest if you want.
Thumbing to Aiden like.
And it's like,
he's looked better.
I would really appreciate a little shut eye, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe give him sort of an hour and then we can go back up and...
I can do half.
And we'll see how things go, and then, yeah.
Okay. If you want to take a short rest, use the short rest ability on your D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Roll your hit die.
You know, I didn't get hit at all, so I'm fine.
Yeah, but you get your spells back.
You get your spells back.
No, no, she's saying that in character. She's gloating to hide.
I'm good.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the big deal was.
Yeah.
Okay, short rest.
Like... I must admit, I was terribly disappointed by how easily the Fiend died.
You barely did any damage. It was mainly me and Aiden.
We were letting you because it's your challenge, so, you know, that's the real reason, obviously. You know? We had to give you that opportunity.
Sure.
Right.
And Aiden just hasn't been around, so he needs to practice.
Dory would never miss an opportunity of outshining us, and she didn't. So that means that she couldn't. So we win.
Oh boy.
I'm just fucking napping, dude.
have a feeling at the beginning of the next combat, there's going to be a whole person on Eclipse.
Have we got time to short rest and have a kind of look around now that there's not a pit fiend? And
I
like,
imagine half an hour to an hour of short rest can go into looking around.
It's just not, it's not being over,
sure.
yeah, isn't it? So
it's just gonna nap. So
I kind of like want to look around this whole place now that it's free.
First of all, the room that you finished in the last scene in.
Yeah, remind me, which one was that? Because I couldn't. Which actual room was that?
Oh, there we go. I'm pinging it.
Okay, so it was that one down there. Okay.
Yeah.
With all the stones
centered on it. There we go. So yeah, this room is the one that's painted up with Nerukan scenes. You do notice that Penance's grave is different to the other graves, and was placed here amongst the other graves.
Okay.
The other graves, as you can see, are champions of different gods. You can see a priestess of Sahanin. You can see a paladin of Cord. You can see another paladin of Arathis, a lawkeeper. And you can see a cleric of Ayun. Then as you look around, you're like, is there one of each? And then you realize that one of them's doubled up because there's another soldier of Cord. This seems to be last resting place of many heroes.
Cool.
The main chamber that the Pit Fiend was in, you can see was probably a consecration ground. This is where they would have placed the bodies so the bodies can never be raised from the dead. The one thing that was, or not be raised as undead, sorry. The one thing that's a little out of place, I mentioned it, but it was of course 4 weeks ago, is that the Nerukan chamber, near where the force field is, well, the ward was, you can see that there are 3 very old blackened skeletons that have fallen to the floor. In closer inspection, 2 of them are Nerukan, and one of them seems to be, actually, no, you've got Farewell. Farewell would be able to identify that it's a half-elf skeleton.
Interesting.
Yeah, grave cleric. And where they are, you're not entirely sure how they died. It's almost like they died on the spot and fell there. It's not like, for example, they are leaning towards the door, which meant that they probably spent their last moments calling to be let out or anything like that. It's just a hodgepodge. It just seemed to have landed. If you just picked up a skeleton and dropped it, that seems to be it. Doesn't give you any more than that.
Interesting.
The other chambers, if you go into them, would have a number of other heroes, and the 2 in the top left-hand corner. I'll just ping them here for you. Actually, let me do that so hopefully it's in Kate's stream as well. These 2
yeah, it's in. I've got the whole room
here. Yeah. So these 2 graves here, you can see that this is Lady Alyssa and Lord Baron Dawnguard, and they have the symbols of Pelor all over the sarcophagi. Clearly champions of the Everlight. And they are in pride of place. It's almost like this place maybe was originally built for them. If not, they had pride of place within it. Anything else you'd like to maybe investigate here?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. It's a weird one. The D&D person in me is going, you should be looting this. and then there's, but I don't think I'd want to.
Maybe not grave rob.
Well,
I mean,
have you played D&D before? This is what we do all the time. But we haven't been doing that.
D&D is basically grave robbing.
I mean, it's well and truly, it is basically looting the damned and the dead.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't think that's the thing. I'm interested to look around, but I'm not really up for, I don't need anything. So I don't want anything. But I'm curious, but I'm not looting anything.
As you step out, as I assume that you're going to do eventually.
Yeah,
Yes.
Once they
I'm planning to leave this at some point in my life, yes.
As you step out of
man, I want to settle down here.
dungeon.
It's pretty cool.
Nice
it's pretty
down
cool.
here.
Yeah, I like it.
I get to eat the bodies.
It's cozy. It's roomy.
It has
it's a bit of a
history.
draft.
It's rich
It
in
has
history.
It's got tapestries
It's a
on the
protected
wall.
building. It's in a prime location.
You got to remember as well, it's a total doer-upper, and we
Oh my
can
goodness.
really imprint ourselves on this place.
Yeah.
Just love the history.
Contemporary,
Simon, carry on.
clean-cut design. Anyway, this one that I'm pinging now, the one on the way out, the keeper at the door.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk up to it, a figure in plate mail appears in front of you. Ghostly at first, but then almost real. Almost real. Just very substantial. You can see a figure in full shining gold plate mail, or at least gold gilt plate mail, holding a gigantic hammer, two-handed more. And as you step towards, he says, "Keeper of the gates." And he puts the hammer down, and as he does so, his plate mail disappears. And in front of you is a half-orc male, early 20s, ripped to fuck.
Of course.
In, obscenely ripped to fuck.
Okay.
In a barely fitting, rough-spun jerkin, linen trews, and what seems to be like soft leather shoes that for those of you who are proficient in heavy armor, those are the type of shoes that you'd be able to wear inside plate boots or priests. Yeah, priests because they save your souls. Terry Pratchett, 1993, I think it was. But yes, he is standing there. You can see, and again, this is Farewell that notices it. There's evidence on his arms that he has literally ripped his muscles. There's some stretch marks and distensions in the muscles in his hands. You've seen this before, mostly in people who have been in fights where they've fought for their life. And they've torn their muscles because they've been wielding such heavy weapons. Yeah? And these look old. Like they were done and then he just got on with it.
So Aiden just immediately just goes, "Come on, what do you want? Get on with it."
Samael is my name.
Farewell.
Kirsten Moon.
I am the keeper of this gate, so that those within may take their well-deserved rest amongst the gods. I myself died of the folly of youth and zealotry, and I come to pay my final vigil, that which is now over. When the fiends came here, I was connected with Penance. He told me of the need to protect that being until someone came who could dispatch it. And so I agreed. Now that you're here, and the souls of those who I protect are long, long gone, it is time for me to stand at the feet of the All-Father once more. That is, until I complete one final mission.
Oh,
Please don't murder us.
Oh, for the love of God, please don't let it be what I think it is.
He walks up to his sarcophagus, and you do notice that in the middle of his sarcophagus is a gold chevron in the shape of a sun, with his mostly just a symbol, metal symbol.
Okay.
Countersunk that's countersunk into the masonry. With his barely physical form, he rips it, ding, from the sarcophagus and throws it at your feet. Ding, 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 ding.
I pick it up.
You have my knightly sigil. When you need me most, call me in the dark, and I shall arrive at the dawn.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Oh, good. I thought it was something else. Thank you.
You know, they really are the most annoying ghosts to come across. They're always like, some great knightly duty, or something other as stupid. That why can't they just pass on, go on, continue the cycle? There's always some excuse to come back. It's
Farewell,
very
you're literally
annoying.
saying that to his face.
Vine shit talking whilst holding his symbol.
Yes.
It's super
I
annoying.
genuinely thought they was going to end in trial by combat, and I really didn't want that.
Okay. Nick, you need to write down in your notes that you have the knightly sigil of Samael Pellison.
Okay.
As in, he literally forewent his family to follow Pello. He's literally son of Pello. And you can use this sigil at nighttime to perform a small ritual calling on his help. If you do so, Samael Pellison will appear the next dawn for 24 hours and fight alongside. But you have to do it at night. So it takes a lot of preparation. Yeah?
I want to do a quick recon, if that's okay. I forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything left of the peat fiend?
Just the dust. Just
dust.
horrible, acrid dust. Stings your skin. Getting too close to any of it is like having CS gas or smelling salts too close to your face.
Okay, never mind then.
Really horrible stuff.
It's okay.
And with your strangely offered assistance, you go back up into the church.
Yeah.
The church is empty, and there seems to be somewhat of a heated discussion outside.
I will look at everybody and go out first.
Okay. Yeah. You can hear some in common and some in tabaxi. People discussing many things. Most of them seem to be happy, elated. Many of them are kind of talking about, well, what is it now? What do we do? I never thought we'd get this far, and I wasn't ready for it. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure that if they were going to do it. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to go on. I mean, what are we now? What are we? And there's lots of this going on. You can see that Cloud is there saying, brothers, sisters, we knew this time would come. We knew that we would ourselves need to be ready for judgment. Prepare yourselves. Reach out when the time comes.
Okay, there is something I'd like to do as I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I reach out. I pull out. Hold on 1 second, because D&D Beyond has chosen this moment to completely reload on me. So we're just going to kick that into. So I take out my holy symbol, and because I have 1 5th level spell slot left. Oh no, I still have my 2 because I've not spent it. I don't ritually cast. I actually burn the spell slot and I cast Commune.
Nice. Okay. Let me just look up. I know the spell. I have a feeling I'm going to need my notes on this.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Mayhaps.
I'm getting the. This is going to be important.
It is time for the priest to do the priest's job.
Okay.
Send those suckers to whatever afterlife they deserve.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my notes here. What are your questions?
So the first one will be a question. The rest, I think I will want to spend the rest of the power to just make a request. So the first question will be, will all of these souls, all these infernal souls be judged fairly?
You know that you normally get like an affirmative or a negative. You get an affirmative for this one. You have got more in the past. If it's in the god's interest to give you more,
Yeah,
they will
give you more, but yeah.
You get an affirmative.
Cool. And then I really, not so much asking for the question, but using the opportunity to have that kind of near direct sort of link into like the not necessarily the Raven Queen herself, but some form of divine proxy of hers, is to pass on to them an understanding of what they have done and the willingness of many of them, if not all of them, to continue the cycle, and to impress upon them that just because they spent many centuries not doing so, it was ultimately to the cycle's benefit, and ask that if in any way a hand can be given to guide them not to Avernus or any other plane of the hells, but rather into a more fair choice. If they are to be damned, let them be damned. But if there is a chance at redemption, let them be redeemed. It's a little outside of what Commune does, but, you know, fuck it.
You can ask a question. The divine proxy hears the question, regardless of whether it's a question or not. So it is a good way of just kind of just sending an email to the divine.
Basically, divine emailing.
It's like, my question is this. I'm going to filibuster it because I've got a lot to tell you. But the the answer you get back is a sensation that it is received and understood.
Good.
That's your second. What is your third?
And then the third. Did Jordan pass through our realm for judgment?
Jordan passed through our realm. By our realm, do you mean, and this is the DM
realm
asking,
of the Raven Queen? Is her realm is
Death.
Got you.
Well, it's not death. It's the moment of death.
Yeah,
it is.
the gates.
It is that very sort of precipice is where the coin spins, and whether or not it lands on heads, you live, tails, you die, and most souls end up here.
Yeah, you instinctively know that Jordan did not pass through the gates.
Interesting.
Expected as much.
Jordan has never passed through the gates.
Is Jordan this hilarious version of Elvis?
Elvis ain't dead. He just went home.
Okay. Yes. Those are your 3 questions answered. So.
And I will offer for anybody that is afraid or worried or unsure about what is to come, I offer to sit with them, and I will stay with them throughout, and I will keep vigil. and keep watch, as it's my duty.
They flock towards you, but as they do so, Cloud goes, in good time, brothers and sisters. But we need to be together when we do what must need be done. They all stand around looking expectant. One or two look like they want to run. Others look like they keep closing their eyes in a way that they almost want to just keep them closed. Some are more excited and stepping forward and looking at the others with encouraging looks. Says,
Hello.
friends, regarding you guys, friends, thank you for bringing us to this day. This is something that we never knew would occur. In fact, if we were batting folk, we would have thought that it would be a conclusion in the opposite direction. By freeing us of our Lord and Master, allowing us to take the free will that we were given and to keep it beyond his demise, we are stepping into a whole new world for my kind. One that I believe only one of us has ever taken the step before. We don't know how she did it, but we're hoping that we will be able to succeed where maybe she has yet to succeed. Who knows?
Is it possible for you guys to release the souls now?
It's our intention. We just thought we'd thank you before, well, doing what we don't know what will happen to us afterwards. Each of us has agreed that regardless of what comes after, the first thing that we will do is release the souls.
I know they have become great companions to each one of you, and it will feel like losing a part of you.
Someone at the back goes, yeah, I don't know where I end and they begin. They're part of me and I of them. Cloud then kind of quickly reassures you and goes, but they will do what needs to be done. Looks in expectantly at the person, and the person kind of goes, nods to say yes.
Yeah. Yes, I know it's scary, but it will be for the best.
We are grateful to you all. But now it is time for these souls to go back to where they belong. To meet the gods. We ask nothing of the gods other than take us as we are. And yeah, it isn't exactly a touching moment, as he says,
They all start coughing up hairballs.
brothers, sisters, it's been an honor. And he doubles over in pain, falls to his knees and starts retching. And not simultaneously, but some fall to their knees immediately and start doing the same. Others take a vital few seconds just to steel themselves before they drop to their knees, and you're suddenly surrounded by an entire village of painfully retching humanoids.
Lovely.
The creatures start spewing from the mouths of each of the villagers into their hands. The first being Cloud himself. Blood dribbling down his cheeks as he lifts it up and says,
Good luck, old friend. Safe journey.
holds it up. The small creature, writhing, in kind of a panic, suddenly burns with a strange silver fire. Its form completely incinerates, and there's a momentary beam of light, and his hands are empty. Farewell, give me a cleric spellcasting roll, please.
Okie dokie. Not great. 12.
12. You're just so taken in by the oddness of this situation. You're kind of like, was that good? Was that bad? I wasn't watching. Shit.
Shit. Momently distracted by like the combination of wanting to stop people from getting like hurt from retching these things up, and then like morbidly fascinated by what's going on.
Well, you'll have another chance because this is gonna happen again.
All over the place, small, writhing, tentacled, bobbed, hooked creatures, small, about size of your fist, in total. That's total diameter. That have come out of the mouths, are being held in this pool of blood in their hands, igniting, and then it's looking good. Farewell. But you're really kind of trying to take it all in, and it's happening so fast. And one thing you are noticing is that Cloud and the others aren't changing, other than the voice did change. And within probably about 20 seconds, the entire village releases their charges, their wards, leaving behind a bunch of humanoids on their knees, blood pouring down their chin.
Well, I suppose that's that. A victory of some kind, brethren.
Thank you.
I think a greater trial is yet to come, child. Our charge is dismissed. We are no longer shielded from the pit. We can hear the call, as we can to the sins of all in this world. And this world has not changed since I last heard the song. Sin is as rife as ever.
So is
There are
the
those who
opposite.
still need to be punished for it. The song declares that we feast to enact that punishment, and yet the memories, child. Oh, the Cloud. Carrying Cloud was a great honor. I can hear their song still, even over the call of the pit. Tell me, friends, do you have designs on us?
No.
You do notice that the body that spoke so proficiently before now seems to be speaking in such a way that it's almost like the body is being puppeted now, whereas
Right.
before it just looked natural.
Your mic did something, Simon. You suddenly like low quality.
What's that?
Your mic went a bit weird because I suddenly you went to low quality.
Probably because I went close and then I went further away.
Don't
You have designs on us, friends.
Not in particular. I don't understand. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by designs. Other than to hope that you continue with
The hunter amongst you saw us as a threat.
Well,
What say you, hunter?
I don't think it would be fair, as you have done exactly as you said what you would, and you have spent centuries protecting these souls, and then you release them.
What are centuries versus the age of our kind?
It's the most recent one, which is the ones that matter the most.
What do you guys intend to do now?
You ask me?
I'm asking all of you.
Bell,
Really?
what are you going to do?
Just asking. Do you really seek redemption?
The final
like
batch of cider to make.
You intend to continue your life on as you did before. That you won't leave this place. You won't go out into the world and seek your justice, your vengeance. You will not become a blight on the people of this land.
I have a feeling, friend Farewell, that if we were to remain, the song would subvert us, take us from what we want, and make us what we were.
I thought so.
Master
Shame.
Bell, a toast is in order. And the taverner walks into the tavern. Everyone else stays back. Barely 40 seconds go by. The people who gravitated towards Farewell say, is she fair?
We can only hope. Nothing in this plane of existence is guaranteed. All we can do is the best of what we have and live with hope. Welcome to the uncertainty of mortal life.
There's some thin, mirthless smiles in your direction. Some nods of recollection. The taverner comes out with a barrel and what seems to be a crate of earthenware drinking jugs. Small little pot-bellied jugs. Starts filling the jugs with cider, and they are passed out amongst everybody apart from you.
It's poisoned.
Yeah.
Cloud raises a toast to the heroes of the hour. Long may you know victory.
They're fiends, so they're immune to poison.
No.
And with that,
they're mortals.
halfway through drinking, the entire village falls dead at your feet.
I take off my armor. I pull my spade and other equipment out of my bag of holding, and I go to work.
I make sure everybody else gets a spade. I force Glory to grab a spade and help.
Eclipse, my dear, I do not know how to use this.
Aiden is probably used to this type of thing, so he doesn't even need. No one needs to offer him one. He just grabs one.
Yeah, I make sure to show. You showed me how to use a freaking oyster force. I will show you how to do this.
Brilliant reference.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Tip for that.
This is beneath my station.
Well, boo fucking who?
Not here.
Glory.
It's not.
At this moment, nobody gives a fucking shit. Just get to work.
I think I will. I will have the Pegasus.
Them?
I'll have
That's the customary tradition.
Not here.
Not here.
Not here.
Yes, Kate.
Well, just that I'll have the Pegasus here, like collecting, helping to ferry bodies and things, and I'll help dig and.
Yeah, you call your Pegasus. Yeah. It takes hours to bury the 40+ villagers.
And
I
I
had
also,
blisters
Simon,
on her hand for the first time in her life.
for every single one of them,
Mm-hmm.
I ritually cast ceremony, and I first cast funeral rite.
Yeah.
And then I go and find as much water as I can, and I don't mind if this completely exhausts me and I take points of exhaustion. But I will basically create enough holy water that I begin to sort of just do what I can to protect this place. I also turn to the rest of them and go, I'd like to stay here for another day or two. There's something I can do, but it takes a whole day's worth of casting to do it.
Sure.
That's fine by me.
Cora
By the time
would...
you finish this, sorry, go on.
No, Cora would make a suggestion, but she doesn't know. Like,
go ahead. No, go for it.
The place where we fought had bodies. It was kind of a sacred place before the pit fiend. What about laying them all to rest down there, and then burying the whole place? Or is that not enough?
I'll be honest. I don't know how much damage she's done, but that is what I have planned to do. What I will do down there will guarantee that his tenure there will not leave anything untoward, and then I agree. We bury this place. But I think this food and this other stuff that's here shouldn't go to waste.
Not
That's
these
true.
drinks. Pouring away the poison drinks.
Yeah, I mean, like, get rid of the poison Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the
Yeah,
cider.
let's get rid of the
drink the
Kool-Aid. Make
cider.
sure that we don't get
Don't drink
anything.
the cider.
But yeah, like
But
if it's real food, that's definitely you can purify anyway, can't you?
I
Because you're a
can.
cleric.
Yeah.
So we can make
prepared,
sure that
but-
no food
Also,
is bad.
we need. I think we're gonna have to think first of all what we're gonna do next, but also at some point
Just
someone.
Question.
Yeah.
Instead of us 5 doing all this work, can't we just ask items
No.
like family to help?
No.
Like the
No.
blood hunters have to have something
Glory.
for like dealing with an entire village.
If
of
you're gonna
fiends.
Yeah,
be
it's
traveling
called
with
raising
us,
it to the ground.
No.
then you need to take a
Yeah,
spade
so
and help.
shovels.
Yeah.
People with shovels is what we
Laura's
would
like,
do.
why can't we get everybody else to like help out? And like
Nope,
Fells just
you
shakes his
are
head and
doing
keeps
this.
digging.
I
Just
didn't.
shakes his head, keeps fucking digging.
What were you saying?
Eclipse is spending half the time digging, half the time like forcing Glory to dig.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Dig, bitch at Glory. Dig.
Glory
Rodrigo,
gets blisters for the first time in her life.
Yeah, she
Oh,
get calluses.
that's terrible by her.
Absolutely
I
not,
think that
darling.
in
She's
the
got a
time it
skincare
takes you
routine.
guys to dig like most of the village, Gloria's made one.
Yes, yeah. By the time Glory's finished her first, we've done everybody else, and I've already begun starting on like the ceremony parts of what I have to do, and she's only just finished. And it's not even putting them in it. She's just dug out the grave. That's
Yes.
all she's managed to do in like
Yes.
all fucking day.
Hasn't even got
Yes.
the body in there yet.
What I was saying is that not only is it good to take the time to, one, not let the food go to waste, right, and make sure everyone's buried properly. 2, we probably need to think what we want to do next, and also 3, at some point someone's gonna ask why an entire village was wiped off the face of the earth.
Well, I figured if anything, Eclipse and Glory's inventive nature can come up with something there.
Did they even interact? I would have thought for people who are around for centuries, they had to avoid normal people most of the time. Otherwise, people would be like, why are you still looking like you do? Or why did everyone change?
They change bodies.
They did, but like, you know.
They were a very strange village, and I don't think many people came here.
I would have thought they kept themselves to themselves.
How far away is the nearest village?
About 3 days ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, reasonable.
So we can let the village fallow. That's not going to be a problem. It's just that there's so much food and drink still here that it could do
should we take that first and come back and do what you need to do, or do you want to do it straight away? Because we can take the caravan
guys can do that and
you can stay
Sarah,
here.
I'm literally just going to be casting something for 24 hours solid.
There's enough horses and things around that you could probably saddle up probably 3 or 4 carts, including the caravan.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
and probably put a bit of a convoy together if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I think we would do that, but I think someone needs to stay with Farewell. I don't think we'd want to leave him on his own.
Just once you're done, basically. Yeah. I mean, it's only going to take him a couple of days. Food doesn't spoil that fast.
Yeah.
Well, it'll take me 24 hours
I thought it would
of solid casting, so you could get most of this done in that day. And...
There is one option, but you may not choose to use it, Aiden, and that is there is a writ that if you do have to obliterate an entire village, that you nail it to the door of the church or the town hall or the largest tavern that says that you obliterated everybody here. People do ask questions. You're not completely devoid of questions, but that is an option.
I mean, it would be sufficient cover.
Yeah.
It will be sufficient cover, but I think Aiden will do it just on the hope that it will mean no one will touch this place.
Yeah.
That is the downside, is that no one will ever try to live here because they'll think the undead will come back.
No, that's fair.
In that case, let it fall fallow and let people move in and do what they do.
Sure, I'm not gonna do it then.
You humans, no offense, are a reclaimable, active bunch. You tend to like to take things.
Not having to pay rent is such.
Yeah, rent is
attractive.
bullshit. Yeah.
The second you move in, you have to pay taxes, but yeah.
I mean,
I don't see the issue. Just own the entire city.
Again, Glory. Reality check.
What? That is the reality.
Glory.
Do the slaves in your country own buildings?
Glory would be...
Some of them actually, yes.
Glory would absolutely be that type of person who would tell you, I'll just take a vacation in an Italian villa. Just like,
let them eat cake.
Yes. Yeah, but unfortunately for the mob, that was quickly followed by a 6th level fireball and cleared it out because he was like, well, if they don't want to eat cake, get rid of them. They're spoiling the view. Yeah. And someone went, how quickly do you want rid of them, Mom? And they were like, well, about 6 seconds quick. No problem, Mom. No problem.
Welcome to Atzelran.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Atzelran is gonna go the way of how France went, and there's just gonna be like a guillotine, and there's just gonna be like heads of.
Yes, but the King of France wasn't a fucking dragon.
That's no, I've got a feeling it's
France
gonna go
didn't
more
have
like...
level 20 adventurers.
This is true.
God,
France also didn't have level 20 plus people ruling the place, including a dragon.
Yeah. Let's just say politics is complicated, kids.
That got burned down by smog.
Sure is.
What is that place in the Hobbit that got burnt to death by smog?
Lake Town.
Is it Bree? Lake Town.
Lake
Town.
Yeah, Lake Town. It's it's more likely if there was an insurrection that Atzelran would just turn into that. As
I mean,
as Grandpa Dragon would just be like,
Destroy
fuck
everything
you.
and start again.
Yeah, I'll just burn it all to the ground and restart.
Yeah.
Anyways,
When you're a dragon that can live generations, you're like, I'll just kill everyone and get one of each, get one of each race and just say, right, procreate or something.
Go ahead, squishies, procreate.
It's like when your pet's die and you get 2 new guinea pigs, except these guinea pigs better fucking behave. So yeah. Anyway, Rill.
yeah, that go weird really quickly.
I was like, he was like, isn't that place that got burnt to the ground? He's like, Rill. I was like, I know Wales is a shithole, mate, but not burned to death by a dragon kind of shithole.
Those who don't know it, RHYL is pronounced Rill, and it's a place in Wales where I come from. Oh dear, that was fantastic.
Polish and Welsh is just key mashing in my whenever I see it.
It's a language made to just upset the English because
it really is.
And it's seriously.
Look at all the Welsh I typed in the chat.
It's also why those idiot redneck English people get angry at the Polish is because again it's that similar sort of language where it's all vowels.
Vic is typing in the Discord.
Please don't be angry at me. Laughs in Polish.
Love you, Vic.
I'm gonna type some Polish too. Look, I typed Polish.
Yeah, don't get me started on Swedish here, right?
Swedish actually, you can look at it and pronounce it.
Can you now?
No, they can't.
Let's not make the last 20 minutes of the session
just culture bashing.
Yeah. I have Swedish guildies that are determined.
But I do like the theory as a Welshman that it is just that we are trolling everybody with the Welsh language. It's basically the Welsh's version of cheeky Nando's, where we're never going to admit that it's not a real language. So we're very happy to just keep talking to each other just in guttural sounds and
it's
go,
so funny.
Didn't you know what they said?
What the fuck is this show? We just went from a really heart-wrenching emotional scene of an entire village essentially committing ritual suicide, and then we went into a long discussion about how the Welsh are basically shit-posting the English.
Welcome to every DM session ever where you're there going, okay, I'm going to get this certain feeling to the experience. Never mind. Although I did actually speak Welsh today because there is one of the Welsh member of my lab, and she did say in Welsh, "Happy New Year, how are you?" And because it was the end of the day and I was feeling like shit, I went "Mae sbwriel," which means I feel rubbish. It's one of my favorite words. Sbwriel. Sounds like an Elvish drug addict. Sbwriel. Anyway, the village now is literally a ghost town. You've met several ghosts here. You have buried all of the former tenants. They have died, leaving a bunch of livestock that as yet is just sat there lowing in the fields.
Right.
The larders are full. When they prepared for the feast, they over-prepared.
Green organization. We can call it green organization.
And they left all their possessions, the buildings, both the stone buildings and the wooden buildings. You're here on your. Well, let me finish the description first. You are all stood in the middle of a village, the only occupants. It's a safe place to stay for the night. Farewell has got his plans set out for him, the rituals that he wants to cast that he's already told you about. And Aiden has already said that he wants to discuss what's next.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god, the talk with Hector is gonna be a fucking doozy. Anyways.
What would
Glory
you guys like to do?
is showing off her latest calligraphy because she's writing a letter for excellence, and it just says "Pit Fiend."
Oh, it's like that SpongeBob episode where she spends like 4 hours and all she does
just
is like, it's the P. It's not even the. It's just the P, of Pit Fiend.
That reminds me of fucking, if anyone has seen the Soul Eater anime, fucking Death the Kid spending the entire exam just writing his name because he has to be perfect. And like
and
the
then
entire,
he gets annoyed that it's not symmetrical.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like at the end of the episode, he has a mental breakdown because he fucks up something and he has to erase all of it. He didn't even fill in like a single question in the exam. It was hilarious.
I would just want to find the biggest, largest bottle of booze and drink until I fall asleep.
There's a lot of non-cider booze available. I'm
not drinking the
Kool-Aid. The tavern has a well-stocked bar. It looks like some of the merchants that came through, they bought things from them. There's wines you recognize, elven, some of the more robust dwarven and Goliath liquors as well. Whiskies and mountain spirits.
I'm gonna call Renata. Because I just thought of someone who can actually help us, like, with all the livestock and everything, because we can't do all of this ourselves.
We are kind of friends with what's essentially a multi-billionaire, yes.
Yes. So,
yes.
I'm gonna call her.
the magical equivalent of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Basically, who can control time also.
Yeah, also.
I don't like the idea of Tony Stark with the control of time.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, you did see Endgame, right?
I did,
we all know how that goes.
You know...
Yeah.
Kate's like, the director in me does not watch such trivial things.
I missed so many of those, but I know kind of how they go. I've watched enough, like, summaries.
Many miles away, in the city that never sleeps, Ostergald, Clockwork City, a pale-skinned, freckled, young-looking woman. I mean, she looks like she's in her mid-20s, with bright red hair, wearing a predominantly green wizard's robe, sat at her desk, writing letters, suddenly closes her eyes and opens them. Her eyes just balls of energy. Yes, Eclipse.
You have reached the desk of Renata Green.
If this is
Please press 1 to speak if it's urgent. Please press 2 to speak to us.
Please leave your message in less than 20 words. Otherwise, we will not return your call.
Hello, Renata. So, we
killed a city.
We kind of sort of did mass murder.
Massive citywide suicide.
We no. We ended a vicious cycle in a beautiful, poetic way.
Yes. Eclipse will go into explanation. She will try and explain. So she'll say what they found. They fought Pit Fiend. What happened to the souls? To explain the soul explanation, the situation of the souls. She'll explain the souls got released, and then the imps, the devils, did drink and then died.
Okay. So you cast summon plot exposition.
Yes.
And halfway through, you do hear. I can make the sound effects because we spare no expense here on Chaotic Usual Games. You do hear a.
Ooh. Now he's getting fancy.
Oh
shit! Sorry, can we get a slow?
I don't have a saucer. I had to use the beer bottle.
A slow clap in chat, please. Just a very slow clap.
Halfway through, she kind of pours herself a cup of tea and starts drinking it because she knows how long Eclipse takes to tell these things.
She's fairly efficient in telling it, but
she just tells every single detail, though, so it's the whole thing.
Yeah, she's efficiently telling it, every single detail of it. And so, you download about 3 days worth of travel to her, and at the end of it, she goes, "Good. And what do you want from me?"
Now, the village here has a lot of food and a lot of livestock the livestock will die if it's not cared for, and the food will spoil very soon. We can take some food with us, but there is a lot of it. Is there anything we can do with the organization?
Contact the other villages for us.
So
Okay.
let me get this right. You want me to provide you a farmer?
Yes. No. Yes. No. No.
Logistics. Logistics.
We want her to contact the other villages for us so that they come and take the food themselves.
Yes.
We want to establish a supply network.
Yes.
Yes.
I
we want
say
to
that.
feed the local population.
I give the phone to Farewell.
Right.
It's a badge attuned to you and you alone.
Right.
Eclipse being like, Dad, help! I can't.
Is this thing
win."
on? How do I?
Hello?
Hello? I don't hear anything.
Hello? Can you see me? And like, it's just the top of Farewell's head. And it's
It's
like,
just
"Can
his
you see me?
eyes
I
and,
can't
like,
see you."
his forehead and a
You
bunch
can't
of, like,
see
negative
me. And it's like,
space.
yeah, it's just like this part of his head. You can't see me. I can see you though.
I can see you, but I can't hear you now. Wait.
Yeah,
What have I
wait,
done?
What have I done? What have I done? Why is it all gone black?
Oh, you're
Oh,
taking years away from my
nightmares.
lifespan.
We're a serious D&D stream, I promise.
If I
No,
can't
we're not.
give it to
Bullshit.
Farewell,
Fuck
I
that
will
shit.
Very
say what
rarely.
Farewell said.
Yeah. But yeah, for the sake of brevity, we basically are asking for her help to either spread the word that there is ample food and supply for villages. All they have to do is come and claim it. I think the one thing that we'll want to do is that we'll have to search all the houses, and if we find anything that's, say, private, like journals and letters and personal things, that the best thing we can do is either bury them in the tomb, which is what I would suggest, or we destroy them. We just basically want to erase any record of these people that they may have kept, but then just let the local population come and take what they need, and if they want to stay, they can stay.
I relay that.
I will contact my allies local to the area and tell them that they may do great good with the supplies that are in the village.
Thank you.
I presume that your detour was productive.
Yes. I got another jar.
Very good for you.
Mm.
If you don't mind, I'm at the greater task to hand.
Yes.
But well
Thank you.
And with that, she closes her eyes, opens them again, picks up a quill, carries on writing. For those of you back at the village, you get to nighttime. Farewell. The stuff that you want to do starts in earnest. You find enough water to be able to do what you need to do and start to consecrate. Aiden,
Yes.
you wanted to talk about what's next, and we'll say during one of the rests that Farewell's allowed to take during his administrations.
Yeah, they're not going to let me work for like 24 hours solid. I know these lot.
I kind of almost planned it in with contingency, haven't you? You had a very valid question.
What now?
There are more places in my journey that I need.
How long? How far does the scroll go?
Yeah, she goes, well, it's not a long checklist, and goes the length of like the tavern, and then like it's still not done, so it just smacks against the wall and rolls.
It starts
back
going up the
down.
wall. No, it starts going up the walls, over
Yeah.
the ceiling, back down again.
Yeah, magical scrolls.
It's just
Yeah.
doing laps around
Yeah.
the room. And we're just like,
And
Oh.
at some point, you notice that like half of it is just cat prints, handprints, and doodles.
Yeah. There's a good 2/3 of it dedicated to just fish recipes.
Yeah.
with Eclipse's like annotated notes by the side of it, where she's just very determined how it should be cooked. She's very particular about it.
Yes, very, very particular. So I have the canopic jar of gluttony, yeah, Simon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, gluttony was defeated. You have the canopic jar that's related to gluttony, but it is actually the body of penance.
Yeah. Penance, but the sin we did was gluttony. Okay, so I already have envy and pride.
That's 3 of 7.
3 of 7, yeah. Though I only have the location of 6, I'm pretty sure.
And we speculated that the 7th might be Jordan's
himself.
Yes.
I guess it's pride.
Yeah, so we have down the mausoleum. That was this one.
Mausoleum. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just.
How did you forget?
I just ignored.
How did you forget about the mausoleum?
Because we haven't
done
played
the border
this in
fort.
a bit of like a month.
No, I haven't done the border fort. We've done the sea cave. And we've done the one in the middle of the field. We have the border fort, we have an abandoned mine, and we have the evil cost community, as I put it. It's the Risali. It's the Risali.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had some dealings with them in other games.
Yeah, the Shattered Souls.
They're delighted. They're delightful, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm so curious about what they're up to at this point, because the architect might have apprentices on this plane of existence.
Oh, yeah,
in case you two never watched the pirate game.
We do not know anything about these guys having potential.
Yeah, in character you don't. Yeah.
No, we don't. Out of character, I'm slightly terrified.
So I imagine there's a bit of silence as Eclipse is going. So we have done this. Just going through the.
Yeah, we've done 3 out of 3, essentially.
Well,
Didn't you say you wanted our help with something, Aiden? I do believe it's time we repay you for sticking with us.
Simon, can you please remind me what it was, because my memory is bad.
Okay. So the...
And my notes are only for this whole thing we did in the village, so...
Well, you, I believe, were looking to go after Farewell's particular.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to go look at the. There's a lich for us to hunt.
Yes, we're literally hunting a lich.
Right.
Yes, that's what we were doing.
A very specific one.
Yeah, my understanding was that on the way, whilst this one was a little bit out of our way, when we start heading towards the lich, there was one other of the Eclipse things that we would be nearby. So we could literally head towards the lich, potentially sort that out, and then continue and look at some of the stuff.
I would really like not to have a lich running around on.
Yeah, I think the lich is probably more pressing.
No,
and
I agree.
And also, hunting down the lich is the only reason I managed to get a sabbatical, so to say. So,
Well, you're in charge, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I am in charge.
That is true.
Yeah. I am in charge.
Glory does that, so you can do it too.
It's alright, Aiden. We understand.
Anyways. The less I can have Hector breathing down my neck, the better, essentially.
We are doing great things. Very important things.
Sure.
Hey, at least you can go back and say, yeah, I killed a pit fiend. What did you do today?
I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Anyways. Yes. So, in what direction was the lich again?
Yeah, I can require your points.
Cora most assuredly just goes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Remember, currently most of the Summer Court are hunting through dreams at the moment, piecing together everything that they can find. Anyone who's ever had a nightmare about the Witch Queen, hunting it down. Mostly because the Summer King is at his height at the moment, and, well, frankly, is bored. He wants a quest. He wants a tale. Because that's what the Fae thrive on. This will be
not being
of,
bored.
Well, they thrive on legend, story, being remembered, in evoking dreams. If this is done correctly, people will be dreaming of this epic adventure, and it will be retold by the bards for centuries, and it will all feed the Summer Court.
Yep.
All right.
So you can hunt an undead. If you want, I think it was the abandoned mine that was on the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll find out next time on.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
So a big thank you to everybody who turned out for our first session of 2021.
Thank you.
It's looking to be an exciting year for not just the reasons that we're currently seeing in the news. Fucking hell. But for specifically Chaotic Neutral Games, we are going to be having a new lineup.
Yeah.
We have the Benefactor continuing as always, but we do have
It will never end.
things.
It will never end.
We will never be free.
When you
Please
complete the content.
send help.
Save us!
We've been stuck in these rooms.
This is a
for
saga.
months.
This is
Yeah.
no short campaign. This is a saga. So
Yeah.
I think we're on volume 3 of God knows how many.
Also, I think we
you're
might
at a
have
point-
leveled.
you have a point where you talk about that later. Because I'm trying to get through this, and you've already said it's time to go. So yes, sorry, throw me off now.
Sorry, go on.
2021 is looking to be an exciting time, largely because we have got a whole new lineup. We have the Benefactor as usual, but we will also have the following games. From myself, I will be starting Lancer, the Fast Farewell. So we're going to confirm many of the players, but one of the players I can confirm is Rodrigo, one is River, one is Ed, and then one is Sean, and we're going to confirm the last one soon. And that is going to be using the Lancer system, which is big-ass robots. We're going to be piloting mechs. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I can reveal we will be using some volunteer voice actors for it. So I've already had the first few confirm, and we're going to start recording next week. So big, exciting point with that. And we've already got some of the art going, and we have a big stream meeting coming up as well to start putting together the graphics and ideas and what people want to do. The second one.
It's going to be so fun.
Mm-hmm. The second one is Rodrigo, who is going to be running Blades in the Dark. We've had a few one-shots with regard to this, but we definitely want to see a longer campaign than a one-shot, certainly, to see how it all progresses and to see exactly how much we can chance it before we all get horrendously killed.
I am literally vibrating in excitement over that game. I have no idea.
Yeah.
The final game is to be confirmed by Ed, but it's going to be either Numenera or Call of Cthulhu. So really looking forward to that. Ed is a wonderful DM, as is Rodrigo. We've had the pleasure of having them both for one shot so far. My particular focus on Ed is that he's been running a game for me every Wednesday for about a year now, so certainly since COVID started. And very much enjoyed his content, and I guarantee not only can we trust Rodrigo and Ed because they have been long-time chaotics, and we can trust them to keep exactly the kind of MO that we like to have in Chaotic Neutral, but also I can guarantee that you'll enjoy the stories that they tell. That's not all. We are going to be doing more, but that's what we're going to be revealing now. Once the shorties, because all of these things I mentioned, other than Benefactor, are shorties. We will have others. I'm in the middle of writing things. I'm in the middle of trying things out. We tried one out last week, which was good fun. It's something I'm trying to build from the ground up. I've mentioned it in the Discord before. We don't know if I'll be using that or using others. I've got a few things burning. So we're looking to do shorties, mix it up, keep the colors going. But don't worry, your regular favorites, the guys who started Chaotic Neutral, have still got some time to adventure yet. So,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Take care of yourself. Don't be a stranger on the Discord. Make sure you're on the bloody Discord for one thing. Yeah, if you've got any ideas or anything like that that you would like to throw in our direction, fantastic. If not, contact each other, game together. We're a community after all. But until then, I'm going to go and do something with part of my melty face. And
that was quite the start.
And go to bed because it's been a long week. Take care of yourself and good night.
Night, everyone.
We're going to be raiding, so after the credits, I will do a random raid.